In a filming set, a beautiful actress is wearing a nude-colored sexy top while shooting a shampoo commercial, but she looks unmotivated and cannot fully match the character she is supposed to play. Because of that, the director is dissatisfied and keeps repeating the takes again and again to get the perfect shot. The poor actress ends up washing her hair countless times. She feels freezing cold, and even her hands are starting to wrinkle from all the washing. The director advises her to forget her real life and fully immerse herself in the character's emotions and behavior. He tells her to become the character. So she follows his advice and uses her best acting skills. She washes her hair again, and when she opens her eyes, she is shocked. She is no longer on the film set. She is inside someone else's bathroom. The director and the film crew are gone. She puts on a bathrobe she finds in the bathroom and steps out to check where she is. In the living room, she sees two children playing and a husband sitting on the couch watching TV and playing a game. She opens the apartment door and calls out for the director and crew, but no one is there. Instead, a stranger outside smiles and greets her. Her husband looks angry. He stops her, slams the door shut, and scolds her, saying that as a married woman wearing only a bathrobe, she should not be talking to a stranger like that. She tells him to stop joking, but the situation gets worse. The husband starts treating her like a real wife, touching and acting intimate with her. She panics, asks for her clothes, changes quickly, and runs out of the apartment because she is too scared to stay there. Before all this, her name is Delara, and she is a famous Turkish actress. She has a handsome actor boyfriend named Serkan, but she feels that he is secretly cheating on her with her rival actress Arzu, who is always jealous of her and constantly criticizes her. Delara warns Serkan clearly. If he's really dating Arzu, he has to tell her the truth. But if he lies, she'll kick both of them out of her life and never forgive them. One day, while checking her upcoming scripts, she finds a TV shampoo commercial. It is her first commercial ever, so she reads the script carefully, and her eyes widen in shock. The character she must play is the complete opposite of her real life, a docile, perfect wife, a devoted mother of two, who works during the day, comes home to cook and take care of her family, and only gives herself time at night. In the commercial, she must act like she washes away all her daily stress with a new shampoo brand called Belinda and finds happiness. She cannot afford to pay the huge contract penalty of nearly $17,000 USD.
Give me $17,000 now.
I don't have $17,000. Do whatever you want.
So she has no choice but to accept the deal. That is how everything begins.
After leaving the strange apartment, she takes a taxi to Serkan's house. She meets him, but he doesn't recognize her. Even worse, she sees him with Arzu, who is wearing her nightgown. Heartbroken, she leaves without saying anything and asks the taxi driver to take her to a restaurant where her friends usually hang out. But her friends don't recognize her either. She goes to her own apartment and finds a complete stranger living there. With no other choice, she gives up and returns to the apartment with the unattractive husband Najati and the children. When she arrives, she sees wedding photos and family pictures of herself with Najati. She realizes that she is truly turned into Handan, the docile wife character. She is exhausted. She kicks Najati out of the bedroom and goes to sleep, hoping everything is just a nightmare. But in the morning, the nightmare continues. Najati is still there and approaches her with strong desire like a hungry beast. Luckily, she escapes in time, and Najati prepares breakfast. The kids hate his cooking and loudly complain. During breakfast, she gets a call from work. Her manager tells her to hurry to the office. Only then does she realize that Handan works at a bank. She rushes to work. During a break, she checks social media and discovers that Arzu has taken everything: Serkan, her fame, her actress position, and her life. Only Delara's existence has disappeared. Her manager Akif invites her into his office. She tells him she is actually Delara, not Handan, and explains everything that happened. Surprisingly, he starts believing her. But then he drives her to a quiet place, and she discovers Handan's biggest secret. The perfect wife Handan is having an affair with her manager. She explodes in anger, orders him to drive back immediately, and threatens him harshly if he disobeys. In the evening, Najati's family visits them: a strict father-in-law, a cold mother-in-law, and a sister-in-law about Handan's age. She also learns that manager Akif is actually the sister-in-law's husband. Seeing the noisy family dinner and Akif again makes her dizzy and unable to eat, so she leaves the table. She believes she entered this world because of the Belinda shampoo, so she washes her hair again, hoping to return to normal. But nothing changes. Instead, people think she is crazy and force her into a mental hospital. She tries to explain everything to the doctor, but no one believes her. They treat her like a patient and lock her in a hospital room. One day, while thinking how to return to her original life, an old woman approaches her, like in a fairy tale. The old woman tells her that the metaverse and alternate realities are real, and she can return to her original world if she perfectly balances and fully acts the character she has become.
Delara finally understands that the only way to escape this prison-like reality is to fully transform herself into Handan and act the role perfectly. She changes herself as much as possible to match Handan's personality and behavior. She proves to the doctors that she is no longer mentally ill, and they finally let her leave the hospital. But the moment she gets home, her hungry husband is already waiting for her on the bed. Luckily, their son comes to sleep with them that night, so she manages to avoid him again. The next morning, Delara dresses up like a glamorous actress and goes to meet Serkan again. She tries to prove that she knows everything about him so he will remember her, but it doesn't work. So she decides to use her beauty to seduce him instead. She gives in to him for one night, and with his help, she reconnects with her former producer friends, actors and actresses. After showing off her impressive acting skills again, she even gets a chance to perform in a popular theater play. When she gets home, she's exhausted, but she still studies cooking tutorials on social media and starts cooking, even though she is inexperienced. Suddenly, manager Akif keeps texting and calling her, asking where they hid the money. Confused, she tells him Handan is gone, Handan is dead, and if he ever contacts her again, she will tell her husband. While cooking and talking on the phone, she accidentally burns her arm. Her daughter secretly hears the conversation, but luckily she does not tell her father. That night, Akif breaks into her house and threatens to kill her if she doesn't return the money. Delara lies and says the hospital electroshock therapy damaged her memory and she truly doesn't know what he is talking about. Akif then reveals the truth. They had been laundering money from the bank every month to build a happy life together, and they hid the money in her house, but the company found out, and he was brutally tortured and blinded in one eye. If he wants to survive, he must recover the money. Fortunately, Najati comes home searching for her, and Akif escapes before he gets caught. Only then can Delara finally breathe again. Delara remembers what the old woman and the director said. She must fully become Handan. So she continues acting as Handan in front of everyone, taking care of the family every day, while secretly practicing for the theater play to revive her actress identity. She searches the entire house for the hidden money, but finds nothing. One night, while driving home late, someone deliberately crashes into her car. She's not badly injured, but her car hits a power unit and she loses consciousness. When she wakes up, she finds a note on the dashboard. It warns her that company members are coming to retrieve the stolen money. That night, she finally accepts Nikati's intimacy. During the moment, she notices something strange. The second hand on the wall clock suddenly stops and points downward. Below it, she sees a dresser with her mirror, makeup, and a lucky cat statue. After Nikati falls asleep, she checks behind the dresser and finally finds the money, hidden inside a brown duffel bag. The next morning, she takes the money, writes a thank you and goodbye letter to Nikati, and kisses the sleeping children goodbye. Her daughter suddenly opens her eyes and asks if her real mother will come back. Delara smiles and says yes, she will come back. Then she leaves the house with the money. Outside, she meets a police officer and tries to give him the money, telling him to stop bothering her. But the officer refuses the money, confirms her identity as Handan, and takes her to the police station. After waiting a long time, a lieutenant arrives. Because she crashed into a power unit the previous night, he takes her statement and releases her. She cannot find a taxi, so she runs to the theater and arrives very late. But when she gets there, she discovers Arzu has sabotaged her. Everyone now knows she is a married woman with 2 kids, so they replace her role and kick her out of the show. Instead of giving up, she abandons Handan's life completely. During the theater play, she climbs to the top floor of the building in the pouring rain and performs as Delara, dancing passionately like the main character, using every move she remembers. She throws the stolen money into the air, creating chaos, and washes her hair in the rain, fully embracing her identity as Delara. When she opens her eyes, she suddenly finds herself back on the commercial shooting set. The director praises her performance and says the shoot is finished successfully. But she still has burn scars on her arm from cooking, proof that everything she experienced was not just a dream.